All right. Let's try this again. Let's try this again. Wow. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Welcome. My name is Corey. It's nice to see everybody. I have no idea what happened, Jason. Your guess is as good as mine, my friend. Man, that was rough. That really put a damper on everything, didn't it? The momentum. I did not spill my water. We can see your vid and hear you. Good, Kyle. Thank you. I restarted the whole stream, so I'm very glad to hear it. I really don't know what happened. I obviously didn't touch anything. I didn't want to sabotage my own stream. My best guess is that my sweet fiance turned on the TV, and it's like a smart TV and stuff, and like the Fire Stick turns on, so the TV uses internet and the Fire Stick uses internet. So I wonder if that kind of sucked up all my bandwidth and kind of put me in a bad place. I don't know what the heck happened, but yeah, I would not recommend my ISP at all to anyone if you want to have any kind of good connection. What's funny is, knock on wood, anything else I do is great. If I want to stream movies, if I want to play games, if I want to do anything, it's good to go. But as soon as I want to try and, talk to, the apes and have a good time and talk about the DD and yada, yada, at that point, Citadel says, no, we have a large stake in your ISP and we will not be helping you. So I know, blame the girlfriend, smart move. Yeah, I'm going to call her right now. I'm going to say, hey, hope you had a nice day today. I have, what do I have? Spectrum. Yeah, I have Spectrum. It is not a buy. Get your fiance a VHS player. Your download is much higher than your upload. Actually, yes, it is. My download is like 200 and my upload is like 10. What do I know? Okay, so let's go ahead and continue and see what's going on. Maybe let's get back to the good stuff. I know Citadel's shorting my bandwidth. That's true. This is probably true. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue and see what the heck we were talking about. I don't even know where we are anymore. I'm completely derailed at this point. Everyone has to jump back in. Everyone has to find the stream again. People are probably still refreshing that old stream. It's probably a new link now. And now, I've ruined everything. I've truly ruined everything. But the show must go on. And we will have a conversation later. All right, let's go ahead and continue to see what we were talking about today. I'm so sorry about that, guys. Let's go ahead and continue. Did any get Google Maps? I'm directly wired in. I'm not wireless connected either, just so everybody knows. I'm wired in. And I just called. It's just ridiculous. Okay, so I see here Marty McFly says Matt Kors highlighted a Joshua James tweet. Retweet the I don't know what this person is calling me. One second, let me take this call really quick. All right, I'm back. Boy, oh boy, not ending. They're calling. Okay, so let's go and continue here. So yeah, so there was so you told me to check on, not as much higher. So Martin McFly, Matt Kors, check out Josh's tweet. So Josh's tweet. Well, shouldn't I check out Matt Kors to see which one he tweeted back out? I'm not seeing Josh's in here. Oh, okay, here we go. So is it this one? Oh man, I don't want to watch this whole video right now. See, people aren't even in here. All right, let's continue to some regular freaking scheduled program. This has gone off the rails. My goodness, I apologize. Okay, so Wisco Bohan says, are you caught off guard with 30 plus companies linked to the short scandal, and will they have enough power to get out of the squeeze? So actually, Wisco, that's a good point, right? So for those of you who don't know, I guess there were 30 plus companies, and they were I don't remember the exact thing, but I know what you're talking about. They're either heavily shorted and they're kind of colluding with one another. There's something weird like that going on. And were they colluding with us, like the DTCC? There was something weird going on. It was definitely not very, very good. It didn't look good, is what I'll say. It really did not look good at all. And so let me get back over here to the good stuff. Let's look at the 5-day. And so it really just didn't look good for all that was going on. But do they have enough power to get out of the squeeze? Here's the deal. The right institutions are involved to get them out of the squeeze, theoretically, right? But I think there's too much light being shown on it, right? I don't think they'll be able to get out of it if there wasn't so much talk about it. Excuse me, if there wasn't so much talk about like what's going on, so much talk about so much talk about what's going on, and so much talk about what is the word I'm looking for? It's kind of like about the short squeeze, right? If it wasn't being covered on the news, if it wasn't being covered everywhere, then I think they probably could have gotten out in some weird way, some messed up way that I don't even want to think about. But this is being heavily covered. Everyone's talking about what's going on. Everyone's talking about, AMC, the squeeze, the naked shorts, blah, blah, blah. And the right attention has been brought to this. So with that being said, if they were to pull the rug out from under the apes after all of this has happened, after it's all in the, you can't do it in plain daylight, right? That's like if someone, I don't know what it would be. It has to have national attention. It's just with too much national attention, too many people watching, too many important things happening. Yes, too many important things happening. It's like if here's a crazy example, but it's like if they had Jeffrey Epstein on live news, right? Like a live stream of his cell whenever he was, arrested. And so they have his cell being watched all the time. And, if it was a conspiracy that he was killed or if it wasn't, then, there wasn't enough light being shown on him, like, theoretically while he was in a cell or whatever. So because of that, if he was, killed or not killed, who knows what happened. But now they can just say, oh, he was killed. Like, no, this is normal. This is what happens. And they have the narrative, right? Whereas now they do not control the narrative. The apes control the narrative because it's out there now. They can't just pull the rug out from under all of us, because chances are one ape out there is connected to the right people to the point where if the rug was pulled out from under them, there would be some serious implications for hedge funds, for the government, for whatever. And it would really, I don't think it would be good. It just wouldn't be good press. Nothing good would come from it. So yeah. Fair question, very fair question, and that's something that a lot of people are scared of. Are they going to get out of it? Are they going to weasel their way out? Are they going to, is something going to happen? And that's the question. Oh gosh, what happened with IVR today? How are they looking on the 1 month? From 16 to 27? There's no way, dude. Oh, this is CCIV. Okay, yep, that sounds about right. From 3 to 470, sure enough. This is one of the positions I liquidated. I had a call in here, and this call probably would have gone nuts, and I missed out today. It's unfortunate, but you know what? I still made all my money back, honestly, even though I missed out on this. That's all right. Oh my gosh. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I'm just going to continue. I'm not going to look at this because it's been a rough day so far. Oh my goodness. And this is what we talk about, right? You miss out on some plays, but at the end of the day, I do feel, I know I'm a little sad about missing that play, but at the end of the day, I do feel like this AMC play that I'm in, first of all, it has already made my money back, and way more than I would have made in that push right there in IVR. But at the same time, it is still it's still just worth it, right? It's still the right play, I believe. And so I'm happy that I did that. All right. I'm happy about my play. Okay. So we have that. Let me take another sip of water. Oh my gosh. What the heck? Thanks, this guy is lost. That's all right, guys. I apologize. So Chris Fit says, is your IVR call expired? So what happened was I liquidated my IVR call. So for those of you who don't know, what I decided to do was I liquidated my positions and I put it in the other, I put it all in AMC. I liquidated all my other positions and I put it all on AMC. And I did that at $27. So yeah, the stock had a dip that day. I think it was around, where was it? It was back here. Yeah, it was back here. I decided, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and double down. I'm gonna double down. I'm gonna liquidate every freaking thing else. All my options. What I did is I sold the contracts on my whether I was up or down on a stock. I went ahead and got out, and I went ahead and decided I'm just gonna go all in. And so I went in right here around 27. I got a call option. I think my call option was for 27, something like that. And I have a video on it. And I basically did it around here, and then the next few days we just ran like crazy, and so it was 1,000,000% worth it. And I really don't regret it, but today whenever you see down 10%, the other stock was up 17%, I probably would have doubled my money or something. Doesn't feel so good. But I think which one of my mods is in here? Is it all of that's in that stock, or is it Lee? I think Lee. Are you the one in IVR? Are you still in IVR? Mm-hmm. So you are all in. Good luck all. Thank you, Frank. And I feel good about being all in. The reason I'm in I like being in so early is because I want to be in. I wanted to get in before we got all the way up here. And again, and it's not that I think we're done. It's that I wanted to get. I really feel like this stock is going to run, and I wanted to get in super early so we could run up, and I'd just be part of it. It's an emergency. I done well. I well done my steak by accident. Oh no, not well done. Well done steak is difficult, to say the least. Mohammed, what is up? Mohammed says, yeah, before I get to Muhammad, Wisco Bohan says, I'm not scared. I bought more today. Win or lose, it is what it is. Wisco, that's true, right? But even then, I feel like even getting in now, I'm telling you, I firmly believe that in the future, people are going to say, I wish I would have got in at $50. I wish I would have got in at X amount of dollars, right? I know that's what's going to happen, right? People are going to wish they got in super, like so much earlier. And they didn't, some people didn't get in that early, and now they're, they're just going to get in higher, right? And for me, getting in back here, imagine how easy it is for me to hold whenever I'm up almost double, right? It's so easy to hold whenever you're basically up double your money. And I have an option, so imagine how much it's like way more than double, but it's nice. It feels good. So Mohammed says, Corey, please, what do you think of, I moved my 800 call for GME for July 16th to November. Okay, let's take a look. So you have 800 call from July 16th to November. So I'll tell you this, personally, I don't like calls so soon. $800 by, what was it, July 16th? That's getting June, July. Oh, you know what? You do have some time on that. The question is, are you going to want that premium? That premium is going to be rough. So you said July 16th, I think it was. There's like a bug in here or something. $800. Oh boy. So from July is, we'll call it 1500, sure. And then to November, so 1500 to 4400. My goodness. But I will say, while the price is crazy, is different. This is a big difference, right? You have to keep in mind that you would probably rather this expire in the money, all the way back here. Oh my gosh, where is it, please? Am I on the wrong thing? Call, graph. All right, this thing's messed up. But you'd probably rather it expire in the money than not in the money. And personally, I don't mind paying that extra premium in order to have that done. So I will say that. But at the same time, that is very expensive. That is, more than double what the July one would be. And there's some good sentiment as to why it would be in July, or around this or before July. Personally, I do like September. I do have a bunch of September ones. I just feel super safe with this. I feel like it's a good happy medium. Realistically though, let's say one of my options was in the money, very much in the money. And I think it's going to continue to run. What I think I'm going to do, because I do have some September ones, what I might actually do is, let's say in the next, week or two, let's say within this month, if it does go in the money, what I might actually do is sell the option and then hang on for a second and buy. And I'd want to buy back in again whenever we're lower, right? I want to buy back in at 213, not 302, right? And so and the only reason why is because I'd rather just buy the option a little quicker, and then, or buy half shares, half options, or whatever you're gonna do, and then be in the money a little sooner and then push out my time frame a little further. This way I'm continuously just profiting, and I'm continuously giving myself enough time to let the stock run, right? And that's just a different strategy. Now that's kind of something I'm thinking of. Not really sure if I will do it, but it's possible. That's kind of where I'm thinking right now. We'll have to see though. Chris says, is it a buy? Honest floor predictions. My own is mid four figures. You know, that's such a tricky question. Realistically, if they are short as much as the apes believe it to be, if there are 2.5 billion shares that are short and they have to cover the float several times, based on the calculations that I had done previously, based on the previous gamma squeeze that was in January and how it ran up, like from it was about 500%, and so previously I was gonna say from $10 it would probably start at $100 and go up. Currently we're at let's call it $50, and I would not be surprised if in a very, very, it's all of that's in IVR. Okay, no problem. I would not be, he's probably sitting pretty good today on that stock then. If you got options, I think you got some options. But realistically, I think that, what was I going to say? I start reading the chat and I get lost. I was talking about these options, talking about the shares. Oh, the floor. So I do think that we're going to gap up very, 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 very high. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if we probably went to started at 500 and went up from there. But do I think that's there's a difference between the floor or where we're going to absolutely base start off at. It could be at this point. Hard to say. I would not. I also wouldn't be surprised if we just run to 1,000 one day, right? Which seems a little crazy, just saying it out loud. But honestly, I really think that we could get some crazy, 500 price action instantly, and that wouldn't surprise $500 instantly. That I'm telling you would not surprise me at all. I'd be like, well, yeah. I mean, whenever we ran up to $30, I was like, okay, yeah. I mean, makes a lot of sense, right? I wasn't even. I was sure I was excited, but I was oddly calm about it. Even when we were at 70, my heart was racing a little faster, but I was like, you know what? Yes, this is what I think is going to happen. I've literally been talking about this for months and months and months, and it's here. And I truly believe that was going to happen, and it happened, and cool. Now we retraced a little bit. Guess what? I thought I was going to retrace too. So guess what? I'm cool. I'm sitting pretty. I'm chilling, and I have no issue at all hanging on. What I'm not going to do is sell these shares at, $53 a pop, but, to each their own. Frank says, so what's your opinion? During the squeeze, when you were selling, setting a price or just unloading at market price? So, Frank, to answer your question, I have, Retro Black, thanks for the host. Cool. So to answer your question, I'm looking at having a floor. And when I say having a floor, I mean, I'm going to let it run up. I'm going to miss the top because chances are you're going to miss the top one way or another. And I'm going to wait for it to retrace pretty heavily. And then I'll exit, right? I'm going to look for a pretty insane retracement. And I'm going to miss out on a lot of money. But at the same time, I think that and my thought process behind this is instead of selling up at $100, instead of selling on the way up at $1,000, I'd rather wait, see how high it goes. What if it does go to $100,000? What if it does go to $500,000? I would rather. What's up, Retro? I can't believe Lee said that. Anyways, I would rather, instead of selling at 100 or 1,000, I'd rather it run up, and then let's say it does hit 100,000. Let's say it does hit 500,000, and then I'll sell on the way back down. Because even if I miss 500,000 and I sell at 25,000, at least I didn't sell at 1,000 per share, right? And that's kind of the thought process behind it. And it's just it's a good kind of game. It's game theory, right? I mean, I don't know how, I hate saying it because I know I say it kind of often, but yeah, you know. Matthew says getting an AMC at $4 would have been amazing, but I'm okay with my $10 entry. Matthew, you should be okay with your $10 entry. That was a freaking fan. I bet you're very happy with your entry point, huh? I bet you wish you would have bought more at $10 a share, right? I bet you wish you would have bought more at $20 a share, right? I bet you everyone in here. And if you don't wish that you would have bought more at $20 a share, then dang, then dang. I don't know what you're thinking. You need to make some money. Someone go find Corey. Finding Corey, a Pixar animation. You know what? Has a certain ring to it. Oh, we got two Chris's. We got Chris and Chris Fit. Chris Fit is version 2.0 of Chris, the better. No, just kidding. Oh my goodness. I know. I don't know what's going on with this weird dating stuff. You guys are freaking me out. So Dandy says, guys, you don't have to worry about Robinhood not letting you sell. Why the heck would Robinhood turn apes who hold the float of the stock into diamond hands during a squeeze? So Dandy, the question is not necessarily about that. It's, there have been some weird stories. I can't confirm if they're true or what, but there have been weird stories about people getting liquidated and people looking at at random times. There was a post that we saw yesterday on Reddit. Granted, it was on Reddit about a person who that for no reason at all, they claimed that Robinhood completely liquidated their positions. Again, I can't confirm this. It doesn't really make any sense to me why that would happen. But people have also pointed out previously that if you look at the terms and service of Robinhood, they say that they reserve the right to kind of liquidate you whenever they want. And there's some weird verbiage in there. I can't remember the exact verbiage, but yeah. Eric Cuddle says, do you really think AMC will go to $1,000 per share? Eric, I'm not going to lie to you, my friend. Like, I believe that if the apes truly hold, and here's there are several factors that go into it. If the apes are holding more than the float, if the apes are, and even if they're not holding most of the float, if the majority of the apes are truly diamond hands and they really hold past 200 and all that, I think 200 is going to be a big point of resistance. But once we break past 200, I feel like 200, I'm not going to lie, I think 200 brings you to like 500. 500 brings you to 1,000 once you break through 500, because they're only because these are mental blocks. These are sell ceilings that people have set for themselves and that they're probably going to be exiting at. For example, I think $100 is probably going to be a pain point unless we just run right through it. And I think there's some weird points in there that people are going to make themselves. They're going to shill themselves. They are shilling themselves by not just allowing it to happen right organically. Because think about what a lot of people are saying. People are saying there's no way it's going to go past 100. There's no way it's going to go past 250. So what are those people going to do whenever it hits 100 and 250? They're going to freaking probably sell at 250 at $100. And you know what? I wish they wouldn't, but they have to do what they have to do, and good riddance. Hopefully an ape will buy in. Hopefully some greedy new ape that hopes the stock is going to go to 10,000 or 100,000, and they hold that whole time. That's what I hope for. But realistically, if they can't, remember, it's not what I think it's going to go to. It's not what it's just what these guys, they mean the hedge funds, have to cover and what the apes are willing to sell for. That's what it comes down to, how short they are. If they're short more than the float, how many shares do they have to buy back? There's a few different things, but yeah, it's wild. It's crazy to think about, but I will say, don't shill yourself, right? And also, what do I know? I guess I'll add that in there, right? Just discredit my whole argument. What do I know? But I just think of that. I think of it that way, right? It's about a lot more factors than people think, right? And realistically, I think the only thing stopping the squeeze, from really going as high as it can, the only thing causing the squeeze, or that's going to make the squeeze go super high, is going to be the apes. And the only thing that's going to make the squeeze not go as high is the apes, in my opinion, because the apes are going to shield themselves by setting these arbitrary. Why would it only go to $1,000? You know what I mean? Like, why would it only go to $100? There's not a cap, and then it goes to 100. SEC stepping in. Sorry about it. No, it's like it is what it is. And so, fair question. And I know whenever people ask that question, I always go into it super deep, but I need people to understand kind of the sentiment and the point, like of what's going on, how this is possible, right? Like, how does it make any sense? Stuff like that. So, I'm obviously extremely passionate about it. Okay, let's take a look. 1 year. Oh, the chart looks the same. So this person said, Danny said to turn the chart into the 1 year, and this is how the VW squeeze looks. And now, so here's the deal is, right? And what a lot of people don't think about, and so again, you guys know how I feel about the VW squeeze. I don't feel like the VW squeeze is necessarily indicative of what's going on, but you can see the thing with the VW squeeze is we don't know. And people say, you are here. Well, we've been there for 6 months, and this is not that long. So keep that in mind. But number two is, for all we know, we're freaking right here. For all we know. And, we had a little run. We ran up pretty crazy, hit 30 over here, and then we hit 70 over here, and we retraced, and we're going to go down, trade back, go to 40 or something. And then one day we're going to hit, what is this going to be? If this is 40, I don't know. We'll say this is 40. We'll say this is 200, right? And maybe this is 200, and it drops down and runs up and then drops and then goes to 1 million. Who knows? But so that's why it's kind of tricky to kind of compare these, because you really don't know what these are. Maybe back here it looks super, maybe down back here is down here, right? At $50 or something. Who knows where it was? But this is something to keep in mind whenever you're looking at this chart. You really don't know where we are. It's a matter of perspective, right? If we were to zoom in over here and just have this first part, this would look extremely bullish. This would look fantastic. But we could 100% we could be back here. 100%. On the flip side of things, maybe we ran up, maybe we're right here, right? We could be any which way. So I don't say that to shield people. I just want people to have realistic expectations. I don't want everyone to see this and say, "Yep, we're down here 100%. Tomorrow's a squeeze, or next month is a squeeze." We don't know where we are. This is up to so much speculation. We've been, I'm sure everybody's seen the "you are here" spikes right here as we start dipping down and stuff a million times. They've been saying that for months, but so just my 2 cents on it. And I know I just go on and on, but keep that in mind. I'm deep, still holding. Yep, still holding. Haven't sold a single share. I have renewed my options though. My options expired and I did renew them. So I don't think it counts though. And when I say renew, I mean, they expired, I sold them, and I bought it back, right? But it's just an option. I sold the contract, bought it back. Bullish. So this is actually a good point that I didn't bring up earlier whenever I talked about it, but I do appreciate Interweb user bringing this up because it did slip my mind. Interweb says an AMC executive can't sell whenever they want. They have to go through paperwork and stuff. Yes. And typically there is a time frame, a window where you can buy new shares, where you can sell your shares, right? There's these small windows and you can choose to do with them what you will during those windows, because at other times you cannot. We are clearly in a window where executives can sell their shares, right? And that's okay. If they want to sell their shares, sell them to a few apes, sounds good to me. Sell it to sell it to some apes, and I'm sure they would love to have your shares. And someone had said, I think, it was like 10,000 shares and 6 people sold them, 60,000 shares. You know what? 60,000 shares isn't going to make or break this stock. This is nothing. This right here, look, this is nothing. Okay, that's nothing to this stock right here. 150 million in volume. 60,000 shares doesn't look nice, doesn't really feel nice, I suppose, theoretically, but not worried about it. Sweet fiance. They had to file to sell like weeks ago. Good point. I don't know what the process looks like for executives to sell, like with the filings and stuff. Obviously, we do know that whenever institutions sell, they have to file it. They have X amount of time and yada yada. And when they buy as well, right? They have X amount of time before they have to disclose it. So yeah. Jacob says no one is talking about the SEC case. Jacob, is that the one we talked about it a little bit? I think is that the one where there's the DTCC was potentially colluding with people and with like Robinhood and all these other hedge funds and stuff. But yeah. OTF says, how did you learn how to trade? OTF, I kind of have always been kind of into it, right? Like, who doesn't like watching these cool movies, and I say cool movies, but things like I always like the Wall Street movies, more the recent one with like Shia LaBeouf and stuff. I always like those kind of movies and investing movies, and I've always loved business, and you kind of learn a little bit here and there, and just kind of jumped in. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make some easy plays like this stock, and I did it based on sentiment at first, and I was just like, you know what, I feel like during COVID, for example, let's say you say Carnival Cruise Line. Say, okay, well, Carnival Cruise Line, they're not looking good. It's looking like they might go bankrupt. But if they don't go bankrupt, I'll make some money, right? I can make some money. They're not even running right now, and their stock isn't trading very well. So what am I going to do? I'll let me buy in a little bit and do that. And I did that for months and months and months. Made some good trades. Made a lot of money, and I decided, okay, well, let's do some real stuff here. Let's mess with some options. So I started messing with some options, and I said, holy smokes, this stock went up, 10%, and I'm up 100%, or something crazy like that. So this is the way to go. I love options, and so for a little while I exclusively traded options. And so what I did is, I made a lot of money doing that, and then I decided, hey, you know what? Early January, I was like, hey, you know what is going on? I said, you know what's going to be opening soon? I said, movie theaters. And movie theaters are going to be opening soon, but AMC hasn't even moved yet. Like, I think it's probably going to have a move soon, as long as they don't go under. And so I'm gonna bet on it. I'm gonna put a couple grand on options, right? All it has to hit is $2 or $2.50, and I'm in the money. So let's do it. And fast forward 6 months later, and retirement soon, hopefully. It's crazy. Okay. Also, I do plan on making like a little course on trading and just a bunch of different, very simple things that people don't really talk about. It's going to be great for like new investors, apes, and it'll be cool. So take a look. Price of loss per share. People debt. So okay, let me read what Matthew says, because I want to address this. Matthew says, I feel like when they push down the price, our loss of money per share is their profit to pay debt. And so you would think that, right? Theoretically, that would make sense, right? Theoretically, if the stock was at 70, you would think that they would short it even more and make some money as it drops, right? As they're doing short ladder attacks or whatever they are or are not doing, you figured they would do that. But according to, and granted, this is a two-part. According to the data, it does not look like they've been doing that. And number two, even with that, we're not fully seeing all the data, right? So they could be doing something like that. But even then, I don't feel like they're making enough money to cover all that they've lost. Because we actually looked at this yesterday. According to the average age of the loan, right? So how long have they been holding these loans? How long have average age of these shares on loan, right? How long have they been holding these shorted shares? The average age, right, is right here, 57.65 days, average age. So 2 months ago, where were we, 60 days ago? 60 days ago, it would have been 4.9. And on 4.9, and we got to go back a little bit. 4.9, we were around here. We'll call it, between 12 and 10, or 12 and 8, we'll call it $10, right? So we were at $10 back then. Now, this is their average right here. Let's say their average is $10 is where they are. So now the stock has gone up from $10 to $50, let's say. It's up 500%. Now, I'm not a mathematician or anything, but that doesn't seem like a good position for them to be in, right? For them to be there that long. So yeah, keep that in mind. All right, definitely keep that in mind whenever you're talking about these, whenever you're looking at these numbers. Not talking about whenever you're looking at these numbers. I think it's very, very, very interesting that how far they probably are down, right? So yeah, that's a good question, but yeah. Raven says, I'm relatively new to Ape and Broke. First of all, Raven, welcome. Welcome. I know it's freaking crazy what's going on. I know it's a whole bunch of crazy stuff, but I would say learn the DD. I have a playlist of DD on the channel that you may want to take a look at and kind of get caught up a little bit on. I think that'll help you kind of see what's going on a little bit. But to answer your question, what price is acceptable to sell? Raven, I will say this, first and foremost, as a new ape, I will say to you, make sure you can feed yourself, your family, pay your bills, all that, eat, all that good stuff. Make sure you are taken care of. Remember, you're taking a gamble, right? You're betting against the hedge funds. You're betting that the stock is going to go up. So first and foremost, take that. Second of all, do keep in mind that, what was I going to say? Do keep in mind that what the DD is, if you don't fully understand what's going on, chances are, you may not be able to make the best decision, right? You may not be able to make the best decision about anything, right? About when to sell, why would you sell at this price, anything like that, right? So I would make sure you're kind of educated on what's going on. And if you really don't want to watch all the DD videos, watch the stream. You know, I talk about it all the time and where it could go, why it could possibly go there. And a lot of people are, what a lot of people's strategy is, and mine included, is I'm going to hold it. I'm going to let it run up as high as it's going to go. And whenever it retraces harshly, then I'm going to sell, right? I'm going to miss the top, but I'm not going to, I'm also, so instead of selling on the way up and selling right here, instead of selling here, I'm going to let it continue to run up. I'm going to let it hit the top, you know, bounce, and it's going to bounce all the way up and down. And then I'm going to let it hit the top. I'm going to let it come down. And then I'll sell right here, right? Either way, I know I missed all of this up here, but guess what? At least I didn't miss it continuing to go up. And on the way down, I'll sell all the way down here. And, you know, I'll still make more money than I would have originally made if I would have sold on the way up. And that's the strategy. William says the squeeze won't happen until regulators start enforcing the rules. I agree. I think they need to enforce the rules. I think they need to, you know, do what they're supposed to do, is what I'll say. Do what they're supposed to dang do. I also saw something over here. That's even though. I saw someone say, what is the, oh yeah, how many shares is enough to retire? So obviously it depends, right? Let's look at this site. I really like this site, taxmytendies.com, because a big part of this that some people aren't really talking about, that I think now is about the time to start talking about it, to make sure you understand what your floor is this way. Because remember, if you make, you know, I live in Texas, you know, let's say the average salary is, let's say, you know, let's say 40,000, right? Say 40,000. Let's say you have 1,000 shares, and let's say you got it at an average price of, let's say 20, right? $20 per share. So if the stock hits $20,000, this will be your income. This is how much tax you'll pay, and this is how much you make after taxes. So let's say you just want to become a millionaire. Well, okay, well, if you want to become a millionaire, you know, if you have these metrics, if you want to be a millionaire, then the stock will have to hit $1,608. You will be, so this is what you'll make. You'll be taxed at 38.47, which is this many dollars. And then after taxes, you will be a millionaire. So what people need to understand is, you know, if you want to make $1 million, you don't need to make $1 million. You need to make more than $1 million. And I want to make that crystal clear to people so they understand, right? Now, how many shares depends on, okay, well, how many shares do you have? What's your average price? And how rich do you want to be? What is retirement for you? You know, you want to live for, how old are you? When do you think, you know, your time is? And, you know, how much money do you want to live off a year? Do you want to live off of $50,000 a year? Do you want to live off of $100,000 a year? You know, what can you live off of? What if you, you know, pay your house in full and your bills are super low and you can live off of you know, $20,000 a year? Totally up to you. So keep that in mind. I highly recommend taxmytendies.com. All right. I'm in no way affiliated with this website. I can't tell you if it's completely accurate, but it seems to be pretty well accepted in the ape community. Chris Fitz says, Corey, you got some FUD makers in here. You know, Chris, we try to weed out the FUD that is disrespectful, the FUD that really is just spammy and blah, blah, blah. But you know what? At the same time, we need to, if they're giving semi-valid points that, I don't want to silence anybody. If someone says, hey, AMC's not going to $1,000 because XYZ, you know, and it's like, okay, you know, they presented it respectfully. I appreciate them for, you know, sticking their neck out on something that's obviously an extremely unpopular opinion. You know, I don't want to silence anyone, but if they're spamming, AMC's a dead cat, you guys suck, blah, 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 then they're out of here. That's easy to go. But, you know, at the same time, you need to be able to see this stuff, right? If that FUD person can shake you out of your position and scare you, don't be scared, unless you really don't believe in it or whatever it may be. Just things to think about. Things to think about. Yeah, so if we do this. Raven says, as a newbie, it's difficult to get a grasp. But yeah, I understand. Maybe I should make a video about a quick introduction to what's happening. I mean, it's really not too crazy to understand really what happened and in the position that we're in. I think Trey might have a video. Trey's Trades. I'm sure you've probably heard of him. And maybe take a look at his video. I think he has one already. And as much as I would love to, just keep you shielded from everyone else and only show you my channel, there are other great channels. I'd highly recommend checking out Matt Kors and Trey's Trades. Great freaking channels with a lot of good information. We welcome, here we go, from a mod. We welcome counter opinion. Just have DD to back it up, right? Or just have some kind of educated something to back it up. What kind of fudding shill is this? Bullish. Thanks for this website. Yeah. Hopefully this website helps some people. It's here's the deal. It's fun to go in here and mess around, right? And you can see what'll happen. I do actually also have a video. If you guys want to play a fun game, go to my MOAS game theory video. In the description, there's a link to a Reddit post that brings you to a game, and it's a game about exit positions and blah blah blah. It's actually pretty interesting on how to think about this stuff, and it's pretty cool to play. It's Paper Hands is real. Paper Hands is real. It's a tricky game to play, and it's a fun one to see. Okay, do I have diamond hands, or am I a fool? Gilly says 25.3 times 64,000 equals money. I'm with you, Gilly. Yeah, man, people are having a good time with this website. I'm glad this website is helping a lot of people, and you can see the breakdown and stuff. There's Canada and Australia, little disclaimer and yada yada. So I mean, it's good stuff for sure. Okay, so Trey made a good video about for new apes and stuff. So hopefully that helps people out. Mike Barr says, Corey, we own 98% of the float. I mean, it's kind of weird though, because if you take a look at AMC institutional ownership, and we can take a look at a few different sites, and let's take a look at 4, right? I like to have a pretty good amount. So we can see institutional shares are 30.18. Over here it says that. Over here it says 25.66. On this one it says 22.6. And then on this one, where we at? Institutions, is this that? Yeah, 25.72 of the shares are institutional investors. So seems to, and we're seeing some different numbers, but it seems like 25 or 20 to 30% with an average of like 25 seems to be the consensus, right? And so now maybe these numbers are a little skewed. Maybe they're not updated. Maybe this, maybe that. Who knows what the heck is going on? Or maybe there's more. Here's a crazy thought. Maybe there are more shares trading than what are supposed to be for the float. Maybe there's naked shorting going on. So, yeah. See you, Raven. I'm just getting caught up here in the chat. See, our live says these numbers don't add up. They don't add up. Doesn't make any sense, right? Geez, is that right? William says 315 financial institutions have purchased AMC in the last 30 days. Keep in mind, that is what's been filed, right? What's been filed so far, which is just crazy to think about. If I could get this pulled up. Oh, this is interesting. Here it says 432 total, 397 long only, 9 are short only, and 26 are long short, probably trying to hedge their bet. I believe Citadel's in here, long and short. I don't know if this one says it here, how many institutions are there, but that's actually pretty interesting to think about. You can see, does it say total institutions? Yeah, total institutional holders right here. We can see 306. Yeah, I mean, this is freaking nuts. We're going to need a bigger calculator, basically. Open. Chris Fitz says, when AMC hits $870, I'll be a millionaire before taxes. All right. How can I get on the Discord? The Discord is free. I mean, it should be in the description of the video. See if I can get you a link. Actually, I think I can get a link right here of the description of the video. Discord. There we go. I pinned the Discord on the channel so you guys can see it. Yes, Troy. I'm glad Troy brought this up. Troy says many shorts are purposely marked as long, which is actually very interesting. Someone had brought this up. I think it was Wes Christensen had mentioned that there is a way, a sketchy way for shorts to mark themselves as long. And it's a whole, there's just so many weird things happening. It's sad that it doesn't even surprise me. It's like, all right, that makes sense. Even though it doesn't make any sense at all, because, these institutions, what I've learned is like, they can do whatever they want, essentially, right? The worst thing that'll happen, the absolute worst thing that'll happen is they'll have a small fine. And they'll pay it happily because nothing will change. And so why wouldn't they, right? It doesn't make sense from a business standpoint. It doesn't make sense from any kind of standpoint for them to not do what they're doing, because they're allowed to, right? And until they're not allowed to anymore, that is when the real stuff happens. Hey, what's up, Pauline? Big Rat, thank you so much for coming in here and allowing I think that was Diane's first ban as a mod. So you know what? Shout out to Diane. The rat has been dang, I really wish I had a cool catchphrase there. The rat has been trapped. We do not support the harming of animals, by the way. But you're out. Congratulations, Diane, on your first ban. I think it's your first ban. So your first time out, I suppose. This is good stuff. Hey, what's up, Storied? GME and me. I like that username. Getting the shows out of here, one rat at a time. Claudale says the whole thesis on AMC short squeeze assumes that the regulators will do their jobs and enforce the rules. Good luck with that, folks. You know, I don't think you're wrong, right? I do think they need to step in, but I mentioned this earlier. I think the light has been shown on these dealings. I think the line has been shown. Think about it, right? Think about what's going on with black pools. Now we know about black pools. Now we know about this. Now we know about that. Black pools, dark pools. I think of like pitch. I thought it was like pitch black. Whoops. Dark pools. What a noob, man. You think I don't even know what I'm talking about at this point? Gosh. But yeah, just in timeout. Yeah, sorry. The snake caught its prey. What the heck is wrong with you guys? Ian says this chat smells like $100,000. Cash money. Diane does not mind a counter opinion. Just show some facts. All right, we don't mess around in here. So Adam Aaron is a silverback question mark. Nope, a silver snake. You know, here's the deal. Adam Aaron, what we have to keep in mind, I was talking about this actually at work, is Adam Aaron, he has his own agenda, right? And I totally respect Adam Aaron for everything he's trying to do. What you have to keep in mind is Adam Aaron, like I just said, he has his own agenda. His job, this is probably, if you think about it, this is most likely going to be the last company that he's going to CEO for, right? He's going to retire soon. Good for him. He's worked his whole freaking life. And what he doesn't want to do is his last company that he's the CEO of, you know, it's going to be his final marker on his legacy. He has such a good freaking track record. Look at his history, right? He has such a good freaking track record, and he doesn't want to leave the last company that he's at in shambles, right? And it goes under, and then he just left it, you know, senioritis or whatever, and just got out and said, see you later, good luck. You know, he's trying to set it up for success. And realistically, he really doesn't have to do too much at this point, because the Apes has got its freaking back, right? The Apes have really set it up, and the Apes are going to take it home. So all he's trying to do is, you know, he does have a different agenda than the Apes, though. The Apes are looking for a short squeeze. We're looking for movement. We're looking for the good stuff, you know, the money. Whereas Adam Aaron is looking for the longevity of his company. He wants it to stay afloat. And so it's two different things. So, and yes, Adam Aaron is looking for those 25 million shares. He wants them. He wants those 25 million shares. And realistically, I personally don't think he's going to get it. I don't think he's going to get the 25 million shares unless magically the squeeze happens, you know, and I say magically, but it's very possible that the squeeze happens, you know, this month, and maybe by the end of the month it's over or something. And, you know, all the Apes vote, he gets his shares, and, you know, he's happy, we're happy, everybody wins, right? But if it doesn't happen, then if the squeeze doesn't happen this month, or by the time the vote is over, I guess, then I don't think he'll get his 25 million shares. And it is what it is. And, you know, it's not like we're holding him hostage or anything. It's just, I think they don't, the apes, me included, I don't want additional shares being put in the market. I want them to be held by the apes, and I want them to be done. And that's how I feel about it, just personally. You know, and here's the deal. I'm going to give him I'm going to vote yes to everything else that he wants on that freaking sheet, right? I think everything else. And yeah, because everything is basic, but the 25 million shares is, and I'm going to wait to vote. I'm going to wait till the very end. This way, whenever, this way, you know, if it does squeeze, like I said, I'll be more than happy to give him the 25 million shares. I'd love to give him the 25 million shares. But I don't want to give it to him whenever there's so much on the line, right? So, yeah. When you average, now I want average up, the price too high. Hey Corey, I've been listening to when you average at, okay, now I want to average up, but the price is too high. I got an AMC at $10. Do you think it's too late or too much to average up? Thanks. So Paulina, I'll tell you this. You know, you have to think about it as your average, right? I personally, I feel like people are going to wish they got in at $50. But you also have to think about how many shares are you going to buy this time, and what is your final average going to be? If your final average is going to be $20, I feel like it's a great average, personally. I feel like that is people wish that they had a $20 average right now, right? Especially the new apes that are hopping in. And that's what I want to say, you know, because chances are you're probably pretty far freaking in it. And dang, Rat got trapped again by Diane. Sorry about it, Rat. Good try, my friend. I love how Rat like waited the whole time to say something, and then first message just taken, taken out. Ooh, he got cheese. The Rat got cheese. That was a good one, Ian. I wish I thought of that. But so that's what I think, Pauline. You know, I think that you just got to find that peace. If you can find peace with entering there and your average, what it'll be, then good for you. You know, I really hope you do. I bought more at 27, and then I bought more at 47. I bought even more, right? And I'm not stopping. I'm not stopping. And soon my option expires on the 18th, and I'm either going to, or the 20, no, I think it's the 25th. I think I have an option expiring on the 25th. The option's going to, my contract's going to expire or whatever. Sell the contract, and I'm going to buy even more at whatever price it's at, right? Unless it's at $100,000, then I will be adding to my position. It could be at $500, and I'll still add to my position. So yeah, that's how I feel. He was warned. You're right, Diane. He was warned. So predictions for tomorrow. So let's look at my prediction for tomorrow. So I'll give you kind of my typical technical analysis about where I think we are, and then we'll kind of go from there. So I think we're still in this little wedge right here, right? I know I did adjust it because we're still kind of respecting this wedge that we're in. Again, I want to triple down on this. This is low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, right? Continuing to go. Granted, just to be crystal clear, there are days in here that, whatever. Either way, each time it bounces, it's bouncing higher. And that's what I want to just make sure people understand. It's consolidating right now. In my opinion, and actually Trey says this too, consolidation is bullish. Consolidation is bullish. Now, we are in this little wedge, and I have the green for bullish and red for bearish. And I think if we break out here, we're going to be bullish. And actually, I'm going to change some of these colors too, because I actually like the little setup I have going on. Oh my gosh. Make this color. Yeah, I'll make it green, sure. So this is, I'll make this one bullish and whatever. We'll just leave it like that because I'm getting too many different colors in here. So, and if it breaks down, it's going to be bearish. So I do hope that it holds this level of support, this, ascending level of support. And we'll see whenever we get this test. Tomorrow, it's very possible we'll get a test in here, or it's very possible that we are going to continue to kind of wedge down, right? And so we have been kind of adjusting this wedge to kind of fit in here because it respects it, right? It hits all the touch points, all the rules for it to be a wedge, and we just continue with it. So we've already continued, I think, one day or 2 days on here. No, yeah, 1 day on here because before it was wedged for yesterday, and it broke the wedge, right? This wide range candle broke it bearishly. But then it did bounce here, respecting it. So we're going to continue to respect it. Now, if it does break past here, we do still have this level of support right here at 42.23. So realistically, I'm just going to wait and see which way we respect it. I really don't have a good prediction. I just have a technical analysis of which way I think it's going to go and the levels of support and resistance I'm going to be looking for. Realistically, I think we're going to have to break past this 53.64 right here. And we'll see if it breaks through, and then we'll have another test. Probably it's 56, 59, and we'll just continue to go on there as the time continues. All right. But that's what I have for you guys. My food is here. I got to take care of a client situation and everything. So, but yeah, so let me get wrapped up here. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. So sorry about the technical difficulties earlier. Kind of messed things up, but I appreciate you guys sticking with me, those of you who could, and didn't get too frustrated. But I appreciate you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow, right? See you tomorrow. And you guys have a fantastic night. Peace.